Yemen's Houthi rebels claimed Tuesday that they shot down another American MQ-9 Reaper drone, even as the U.S. kept up its campaign of intense airstrikes targeting the group. According to Associated Press, the reported shootdown over Yemen's contested Marib Governorate came as airstrikes hit around Sana'a, the country's rebel-held capital, and Saada, a stronghold for the Houthis. U.S. President Donald Trump issued a new warning to both the Houthis and their main benefactor, Iran, describing the group as having been decimated by the campaign of strikes that began March 15. Many of their fighters and leaders are no longer with us, Trump wrote on his social media website Truth Social. We hit them every day and night, harder and harder. Their capabilities that threaten shipping and the region are rapidly being destroyed. Our attacks will continue until they are no longer a threat to freedom of navigation. He added, the choice for the Houthis is clear: stop shooting at U.S. ships, and we will stop shooting at you. Otherwise, we have only just begun, and the real pain is yet to come, for both the Houthis and their sponsors in Iran. The rebels claim to have felled a drone in Marib Governorate, home to oil and gas fields still under the control of allies to Yemen's exiled central government. Footage released on social media showed flames in the night, with a Yemeni man claiming a drone had been shot down. Brig General Yehia Sari, a Houthi military spokesman, separately claimed downing the MQ-9 drone in a pre-recorded video message. Sari described the rebels targeting the drone with a suitable locally manufactured missile. The Houthis have surface-to-air missiles, such as the Iranian missile known as the 358, capable of downing aircraft. Iran denies arming the rebels, though Tehran-manufactured weaponry has been found on the battlefield and in sea shipments heading to Yemen for the Shiite Houthi rebels despite a United Nations arms embargo. The U.S. military acknowledged to the Associated Press being aware of reports of the downing of a Reaper, but declined to comment further. General Atomics Reapers, which cost around $30 million apiece, can fly at altitudes over 40,000 feet and remain in the air for over 30 hours. The aircraft have been flown by both the U.S. military and the CIA for years over Afghanistan, Iraq and now Yemen. The Houthis claim they've shot down 20 MQ-9s over the country over the years, with 16 down during the rebels' campaign over the Israel-Hamas war. The U.S. military hasn't acknowledged the total number of the drones it has lost there. Donald Trump expressed strong dissatisfaction with Russia's actions towards Ukraine and threatened to impose additional tariffs on Russian oil if the Kremlin does not agree to a ceasefire. He said this in a commentary to the NBC television channel. The host reported that several hours ago, President Trump called her and said that he was furious with the actions of Russian President Putin, and also threatened to impose additional tariffs on Russian oil. If we can't come to an agreement with Russia to stop the bloodshed in Ukraine, and if I think it's Russia's fault, which it may not be, but if I think it's Russia's fault, I will impose secondary tariffs on all oil coming from Russia, Trump said. The U.S. president said that the introduction of 25% tariffs on Russian oil is possible at any moment, and said that he plans to hold a conversation with President Putin this week. The introduction of new tariffs will mean that companies and countries that buy Russian oil will lose the opportunity to do business in the United States. I was very angry, outraged, when Putin began to touch on Zelensky's authority and began to talk about a new leadership in Ukraine, he summed up. Trump stressed that these comments didn't hit the right spot. He also said tariffs against Russia would come into effect within a month if a ceasefire agreement was not reached. He said Putin understood that he was angry, but stressed that they had very good relations, and his anger quickly dissipated if the Russian leader made the right decisions. Earlier, Kremlin dictator Vladimir Putin's press secretary Dmitry Peskov commented during a daily briefing on the possibility of the aggressor country observing the ceasefire and ceasing strikes on energy facilities. According to Russian media, he stated that the Russian Federation reserves the right not to comply with the 30-day ceasefire, justifying it by the fact that Ukraine allegedly regularly violates it. Protesters gathered in downtown Dallas, Texas on Sunday to protest the U.S. Trump administration's immigration and border policies. From anti-GI efforts to immigration, deportations, it's just been really hard, Leah Landaverde told Dallas TV station WFAA during the demonstration. According to Associated Press, other protests have also been held in a number of U.S. cities in recent weeks. Domingo Garcia, the national president of League of United Latin American Citizens, said the demonstrations would not stop. People are not afraid anymore. People are standing up. And we're going to stand up for America. We're going to stand up for what the Statue of Liberty stands for, he said. Garcia also said most immigrants are just searching for a way to improve their lives. We want something that will allow immigrants who are law-abiding, that pay taxes, that got good jobs, that got families, have an opportunity at the American dream, he said.
The people, united, will never be defeated.
From anti-DEI efforts to immigration, deportations, it's just been really hard. Advocating for my rights as not only a Salvadoreña but American, it matters so much to me to be expressing myself this way in community.
We want something that will allow immigrants who are law-abiding, that pay taxes, that got good jobs, that got families, have an opportunity at the American dream. People are not afraid anymore. People are standing up. And we're going to stand up for America. We're going to stand up for what the Statue of Liberty stands for.